Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some more Pittsburgh Steelers preview and prediction for the Sunday game between the Pittsburgh Steelers and Arizona Cardinals. Pittsburgh 7-4, Arizona 2-10. Let's talk about it. Before we start, if you guys could like this video, also subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate that. But let's talk about this Arizona Cardinals team, of course, 2-10 on the road. Not the season they're looking for under first-year head coach Jonathan Gannon, but they are getting back and have gotten back quarterback Kyler Murray. He will make his fourth start of the season on Sunday. He had the 2022 ACL tear. To me, though, he looks normal. He's running around fine. He's got, I think, 3 rushing touchdowns this year, some stuff on the goal line, and so he looks all the way back from that injury. Despite being 2-10, the Cardinals run the ball really effectively and efficiently, and they run the ball quite a bit, over 300 attempts this year. James Conner, their lead back, he was hurt for a bit. He's back now. Thought he's run really hard lately, and he's a power runner. And when healthy, he's a 3-down, well-rounded, multi-purpose type of player. So despite this team falling behind and giving up a bunch of points, the Cardinals they do want to run the ball. They can run the ball. They have run the ball. And Pittsburgh's front seven will have to really step up again. I mean, run defense is an 11-man job. It's not just the front seven, but it starts there with Cam Hayward's return in week 9. Pittsburgh's run defense has again become top 10. So battle in the trenches, that's where Pittsburgh has been winning. With Hayward back, that has to continue. When it comes to the passing game and just overall schematics of this Cardinals team, they're a really heavy tight end team. A lot of 13 personnel, among the most in football. I imagine that will continue and could even be increased considering they will be without their speedster rookie wide receiver Michael Wilson, who is out with a shoulder injury in this game. And so they're going to probably really rely on their big people up front. That's going to put Pittsburgh in their base defense. They may play some 4-4, may play some kind of big base where they're going to have 3 safeties and 1 corner against 13 personnel. So expect to kind of see some different people playing in this game. Cardinals have a top tight end in Trey McBride. He's done really well for them. He's really emerged to become one of the better tight ends, younger tight ends in football that does not get talked about too much. Just overall with Kyler Murray, they're going to use play action. They're going to run boot action. They're going to get him out in space, change to the launch point, get him on the move. And so just overall containing his legs, not only in the traditional drop back game, your rush lane integrity, trying to rush smart but still get after the quarterback, but also containing him out on the edge. It's going to be one of the bigger challenges in this game. But again, they're going to use some big people in this one. I think generally that plays in Pittsburgh's favor. When opposing teams try to go big on big against Pittsburgh, that's when the Steelers play their best. They're usually more prone to teams that can spread the field out and work all areas of the field and more vertically and horizontally. So I think this is matching up on paper. Well, of course, Pittsburgh getting back Minkah Fitzpatrick, that's going to be huge in this one. Hayward's still there. The inside linebacker, a little more clarity in terms of what's going on communication-wise. So, again, no guarantees. And you got Hollywood Brown, who I assume is going to play. He's got a heel injury. He's got some speed. They're going to, try to stress you with some over routes and boot action. And you got to be really good with your eyes in this one. But I like the way this is matching up on paper for Pittsburgh. Defensively for Arizona, they have really struggled this year. They are 31st in points per game. Only Washington has allowed more this season. The Cardinals have allowed at least 20 points in 11 of 12 games. They've allowed 30-plus in 5 games, and they have injuries. They lost their top off-ball linebacker a couple weeks ago in Kaiser White. They're playing some younger guys that have not played a ton of football in his absence, in Josh Woods and Chris Bynes and those types of guys. They got injuries in the secondary. Starling Thomas, the rookie's out. Antonio Hamilton, a young guy, he's out. They got a couple of good safeties and Buda Baker's there, and he's been fantastic and a real downhill, hair on fire type of dude. And Jalen Thompson's got 3 picks. I assume he's going to play. He's got a rib injury, but I think he's going to go. But to me, it's a very young secondary overall, and that should favor Pittsburgh. There's some talent in Arizona, but they're pretty inexperienced, and so trying to handle that environment in Pittsburgh may be a challenge for them. And on paper, and especially with the traction Pittsburgh's passing game seemed to get against Cincinnati, hopefully Johnson, Pickens can make some plays. A lot of zone coverage you're going to see from Arizona. Some cover 2, a lot of cover 4 in this one. They're going to mix and match coverages. They try to mix things up a fair amount. They're not kind of a one shell type of personality, but a lot more zone than man coverage. And then with the run defense for Arizona, there's some big people up front that can stuff the run. They play a 5-1 front often. Either going to play their 3-4 or 5-1 in nickel. So they're going to have 5 down linemen essentially in one off-ball linebacker. And if they can make plays at the line, then they're going to win. But if the running back can get into the second level, you got a lot of freedom there. And again, with White being out their top off-ball linebacker, it's really kind of stressing the run defense. They've allowed 100 plus yards rushing in 7 straight games. They allowed 228 against the Rams last weekend in that blowout loss to Los Angeles. So given how well Pittsburgh's running game is going, you would expect that to continue. You know Arizona's going to, have the goal of trying to stop the run. There's no secret about how Pittsburgh's been winning overall and competitive overall the last month. But, you would think with White Warren and Harris and the O-line is blocking, and if you can get into that second level, there's going to be a chance for a couple of big runs in this game. Couple other things I would note. The Cardinals have the NFL's worst third down defense, allowing teams to convert 47% of the time. Opposing quarterbacks are completing over 70% of their passes, and so you're getting kind of some really ugly numbers in Pittsburgh. If there's a time for Pittsburgh's offense to really get in gear, I know we've said that before against the Packers and other outfits. This is the time, though, to do it because the Cardinals are hurting, literally, figuratively, and you would expect this offense, again, given the strides they made against the Bengals, you would hope that will continue. I would say they're not a big blitz-heavy team, but they got some pass rushers, and they present some unique looks in some passing situations. They got 8 guys with at least 2 sacks this year, and they throw a lot of chaos. It's a little like Dick LeBeau fire zones on some third down, some amoeba defenses with 1 or even 0, hand down defensive linemen. They're going to have people walking around and trying to present some looks, kind of like what Baltimore's done, probably more under Wink Martindale than they're doing with Mike McDonald right now. But you're going to kind of get some funky looking stuff on third down. Now, how effective it's been, the numbers kind of speak for themselves, but they're going to blitz some safeties and some DBs in some passing situations. So just trying to handle some of that, chaos or things that look a little chaotic that isn't as clean for the protection to pick up, that's going to be key. Would also say I think the screen game can work this week. I know in Pittsburgh the screen game has been like pulling teeth sometimes, but I saw the Rams hit a couple of running back screens. I got a touchdown off of that. The Texans the week prior had a 20-something yard completion on a wide receiver tunnel screen on 2nd and 20. So because they will blitz some people and blitz some DBs, I think you can kind of hit them with some well-timed counters with the screen game. Last thing I would note is just the special teams. And just one note here. Matt Prater, the Cardinals kicker, 39 years old, but still kicking strong. Dude has one of the strongest legs in football. He has 4 career makes of 60-plus yards. That's the most in NFL history, more than Justin Tucker, more than Sebastian Janikowski. Those guys have 3, and Prater has a career long of 64, which was the NFL record until Justin Tucker broke it against Detroit in 2021. That game winner that bounced off the crossbar and in to win that game. But point is, they have a pretty extended field goal range. And so end to half, end the game, 4th down type stuff. They may send out their kicker where you may be surprised by that. Now, they are in Pittsburgh this week. They're not in kind of more friendly weather confines of Arizona or domes that kind of populate out there out west. But just want to note that if this game does become classic Pittsburgh, low scoring or close towards the end, that leg of Prater may mean something. All right, for my prediction, this one may surprise you. I think if there's a time for Pittsburgh to score some points, this may be it. I'm going to go Pittsburgh 30-20 in this one over Arizona. The Cardinals may hit a couple big plays, Connor may run decently in this game, but I think Pittsburgh's offense, I'll stick my neck out. It may be a risk to do so, but I'll say Pittsburgh's offense against that battered and just really poor performing Cardinals defense with Arizona on the road and Pittsburgh back at home. I'll say they put up some points. Run game should hum. The passing game, there are opportunities there. And so I'll say this is the week Pittsburgh's offense comes alive, 30-20. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much for listening. Have a lot of coverage for you after the game, and we'll talk to you soon.